Yo, internet. I'm making this one quick today because again, the controversy with Anthem, everybody saw this coming a mile away. However, some of the crazy things that happened, we didn't even notice that until some of the workers, and thank you, Jason Schreier, for this. I'm not on Kotaku, but basically, Jason Schreier, he went on and he interviewed some of the workers from Anthem, and they went on to say that they've been working on Anthem for 6 years, and they kind of have just been like, well, like they were like in the pre-planning phase, which is basically we're talking about the idea. They've been doing that for 6 years, right? And basically, the trailer that we saw at that E3 when they announced Anthem, the game wasn't even finished yet, or at least like they still hadn't even worked on the game yet. Like that was just a trailer like that, so like of the idea of what they wanted Anthem to look like. They took that and they just put it up there and just said, hey guys, like this is what Anthem is gonna be, even though they didn't have a game ready. They didn't have any idea ready. I think they only had like one mission planned, and like they had the open world, and that was about it, you know. And it went through this whole thing of like that, like over, like it took them upwards to like 12 to like I think it was 12 to 16 or 18 months to get Anthem, to get a game, because basically like when EA showed up, because they gave them 6 years to go ahead and like get the game ready, right? After 6 years, EA showed up. They asked them, said, hey guys, so where's our game? And they was like, well, we don't have one. And then they had to get people from other teams to come in and actually set them right and say, hey, get our game out, because basically Anthem is coming out February 19. No excuses. And they kind of just forced them to go to basically hit that crunch time, which, to be fair, like this is kind of BioWare's fault, you know, because again, like they spent like 6 years sitting around talking about what should happen, instead of doing something about it, you know, because again, like I mean, like they purposely tried to slow the game down, like at the end, because there wasn't enough story. They were taking people off of the Anthem team and putting them into other games like FIFA and all their other 2K games because of these live services and whatnot, you know. And basically it ended up like shooting the game in the foot, you know. However, at the same time though, it's like again, people were asking, talking like, hey man, what happened to BioWare? All the people, man, like who were on BioWare, who made like Knights of the Old Republic and all this other stuff, those guys are gone. You have a brand new team of people who basically like just infested the company, because all the people who kind of like made BioWare what it was, they're gone, you know. So that's kind of like the gist of what happened with Anthem, and why it looks so bad, and why they're trying to crunch the numbers now to get as much stuff in it as possible to satisfy the people who are still around, or at least the people like who are still hopeful enough to where that the game is even going to turn into something better than what it is, which is very difficult, mind you. So that's gonna be very difficult. But yeah. What can I say? Like, what can anyone say about Anthem at this point? I mean, basically, it's like 6 years of pre-planning, juggling the teams around, like, so that they can't actually work on the game, having to get like a full over a year of crunch to make the game what it basically is today, a game with only one mission and I want to say one town. So that's about it. Other than that, oh boy, Christ, the bullshit is spreading. But yeah, like what else can there be said? All I can say is that, hey, like if they continue to work on this, they probably could turn it into something that was worth the price. But honestly, if that's the case, then these guys really need to put out a lot of free stuff. Like they need to put out a lot of free DLC, a lot of free like let's say updates, attachments, all this other stuff, just so just to make people happy enough to feel as though as that they can even trust us, like trust the company again. Because again, even though it may not be EA's fault, I mean, like, or like it may fall more on BioWare. People kind of look at the main publisher. I mean, like EA knows what kind of hold it has. So again, the only way to get this to go away, or at the very least make this somewhat okay, is to let them continue to work on the game. Like, try their hardest to put a story in there and give people a lot of free stuff. However, they might not do that. But until then, that is what I gotta say about that. I'll catch you guys on the next John Grave Show. Catch you next time. Like this, please give me some feedback. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, I guess. I'll see you next time. Out.